Well, thank you, Mazen, for sitting down with me.
Thank you, Mark.
We're here at AgSmart. This is the first year that the Field Crop Development Center's Field Day is being held at AgSmart. It's also the 50th anniversary of the Field Crop Development Center. You have a lot of experience as a Triticale breeder. Could you tell us about your journey and how you developed an interest in Triticale breeding?
Yeah, that brought us like 30 years ago. I joined Icarda Center, and I got the job of research associate over there working on breeding durum wheat. And I was responsible about breeding for drought resistance and germplasm development, in addition to screening for several diseases. And of course, in my work, I had to make a lot of crosses with wild species like agilops and trying to bring kind of resistant genes from those wild, and also with many other crosses with a collection of durum land races collected from the dryland region. A couple years, because of that kind of part of the Icarda mandate, we have introduced a collection of Triticale germplasm. We have received them from CIMIT at that time, and we try to figure out, because we don't know much about Triticale except its cross came out from the rye and durum wheat. And this is why I was kind of more responsible about evaluating those germplasm. Somehow, at that time, those introduction did not perform well, and that was due to the high sterility in Triticale and the ergot and lodging, weak stem. But since that time, actually the crop caught my attention because I see the potential, and I thought maybe it's through the breeding, maybe one day we will have kind of gain more potential for the dryland areas. So yeah, this is how I started knowing more about Triticale crop. And then the last thing, before I leave Icarda, I supervised one of the PH student. He did the kind of his trial on using Triticale as a forage crop, and also a mixture with wheat and also pulses. So yeah, that's kind of my last project on Triticale in Syria with Icarda.
Now, you're with FCDC now, breeding Triticale. You're showing some varieties of that here this week during the field day.
Yeah.
What are you showing people? What's significant? What are some big breakthroughs in Triticale breeding that you've made at the FCDC?
I think during the AgSmart today and tomorrow, one first thing, we'd like to promote our newly registered line T293. Taken by SeedNet, and it's excellent variety. One of the few varieties they broke the record of brevis for grain yield. And also we'd like to show more what's coming out of our breeding pipelines in the coming next 2 years. And the most important thing is kind of communicate with farmers and livestock producers, trying to explain to them the benefits of growing Triticale, and we'd like to hear also from them what they think about Triticale, kind of exchange experience with them, and that will help me in my breeding program.
Now you have special plant breeder status through the Canadian Seed Growers Association. Can you tell us a little bit about that and how that's helped you in your work?
Yeah, actually the plant breeder status was the first thing I worked on it when I got my job. Jim Helm kind of advised me to get, and I didn't know about it, but then I applied and I got it, and I knew a lot about the seed processing. And so what I would like to mention over here, it's not like much talked about when I was at Icarda, but over here is kind of the process after registering the line is very important, like purify the seed lot, and then get the breeder seed, and subsequently produce more the certified seed following the regulations set up by the seed CSGA. That's kind of really important, and I learned a lot about them over here. And I believe that the 5 objectives set by the SCGA in their mission somehow will enhance. There are 5 projects and objectives, sorry. And I believe it's going to enhance the Canadian seed sector and somehow gaining the global leadership in seed quality in Canada, and around the world, of course.
Well, and speaking of international, you mentioned you were part of ICARDA,
Yes.
and you came on with FCDC. 3 years ago, FCDC joined Olds College. With your extensive experience internationally, and then FCDC, and now as part of Olds College, what are some of the benefits of forming those relationships, specifically when you think about FCDC's partnership with Olds College now? How has that helped you in your work, having had all this experience?
Yeah, I came to Canada with kind of accumulated great experience working on different crops at ICARDA. Like I worked on durum wheat like 10-15 years, and then I worked also on winter wheat over there. In between, I worked on Triticale. So really, when I came and I joined the FCDC, it wasn't, first of all, I thought maybe it's kind of different growing condition. Quickly, I learned a lot, but probably we have the same challenges in terms of disease resistance. We have the same disease on wheat in the Middle East, and also, but what is most important over here is about the seed quality. Yeah, at ICARDA, our mission or target is produce more yield, kind of helping the poor nations, but we don't pay much attention to the grain quality. Over here, it's more for about the yield and quality. Yeah, that's one thing kind of I see different from the ICARDA time. ICARDA is kind of, if you know, it's kind of non-profitable organization, and it has a mandate in South, West and North Africa region, trying to improve the livelihood. So in addition to the breeding programs over there, maybe not many people know, there are other programs dealing with livestock production and also the farming system. So because there are really quite many challenges in that region, you don't see it over here. One of them is like number one, for example, water scarcity, severe drought, multiple disease and pest infestation, terminal heat stresses, those kind of challenges. And in addition to that, the farmers over here, they don't have access, or they cannot afford buying chemicals and tools to face those challenges. So we have like a program dealing with what we call it water harvest, trying to improve how to collect more water efficiently, using more efficiently in your crops. And especially the farmers over there, they have kind of small farms individually, and each small farm belongs to like one family. Yeah.
As I mentioned, it's the 50th anniversary of the FCDC. As you look to the future, what are some of your big goals when you think about the next, 5 years, say, in Triticale breeding? What are some big goals that you hope to see fulfilled coming down the pipe? What are a few big things that you're striving for as a Triticale breeder?
Yeah, yes, we are celebrating the 50th anniversary, but at the same time, since we moved to Olds College, actually we are looking more at the future. We have built the experience, the many success stories, but yeah, again, what's about the future? So currently, I can mention to you that we have done or developed the business plan and the science plan, and those kind of will guide us for the next 7 years, I should say. And we set up kind of goals for each breeding program. So we are looking forward with the help of Olds College and also the great support financially from RDAR. We are looking forward to achieving those goals by the 2030. Yeah. Now in Triticale, I'm stating more about Triticale crop. One thing is, I should say, with the expertise we have in our FCDC, like breeding alone is not enough, but we have kind of expertise in pathology, quality, biotechnology, and technical stuff. They are great. So I'm quite sure we will be able to excel in providing more varieties suitable to the kind of meeting the needs of the livestock producer and livestock industry. That's in Triticale, and of course in barley, similar things, and also in barley we have the malt barley program. So yeah, we are looking forward to have more excellent varieties in the near future. One of them in Triticale, we just developed a couple years ago, completely only Triticale. That came from the germplasm development in my Triticale, and in couple years we will start seeing them in the pre-registration trial. Yeah.
As I say, this is the first year that FCDC Field Day is taking place here at AgSmart. Before I let you go, what's the biggest benefit for you of having this event take place here at AgSmart?
Yeah, first of all, it's kind of larger and it attracted by the audience a little bit different, but hopefully that in addition to what we have is kind of trade show, but also we will have the livestock industry also joining the other group and come to here and kind of see what we have achieved, and also what the other breeding institute put in this show. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a good week. Well, thank you, Mazen, for sitting down with me.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you.